Right now at 6, that standoff in a Northeast Side apartment complex. We've been telling you about it as breaking news here and our RTV6 app all afternoon.
The suspect now tied to 2 shootings at Metro Police buildings and a murder in Zionsville. And we're learning disturbing new information about the suspect.
Our team of reporters has been on this all afternoon, working for you and breaking that new information. We start with our own Rafael Sanchez live there on the scene. Rafael.
Jason and Erica, good evening and welcome to the Peppermill Farms Apartments. We still see a police presence here hours after that 21-year-old Damian Wilcoxon was arrested after holding police at bay. In fact, Erica and Jason, I could not stand in this very spot because this was part of the danger zone. Wilcoxon, who lives in those apartments right behind me, was shooting randomly at people. I mean, police and people were in danger. Let me show you the scene that really developed shortly after 1 o'clock today. Wilcoxon was in his apartment. Police had a warrant that they wanted him to come out, but he refused, shooting randomly at police and really indiscriminately into this congested neighborhood. No one was hurt. Police never fired a single shot into that apartment 2C, but they did shoot a lot of tear gas inside. He never came out, but around 4 o'clock, he finally came out, holding his 7-month-old baby son. Wilcoxon is now in custody. That baby boy was taken to Riley Hospital to be checked into. Of course, now we're finding out that Wilcoxon is now part of a murder investigation, also an attempted murder investigation. And for that, my colleague, RTV6's Call 6 Investigates, Paris LaBelle is here with the very latest. Paris?
Rafael, they did, and they're tying that today, telling us officially that he is the main suspect in the shootings of the Metro Police shootings. The first one happening on October 4th, where 28 shots were fired into the Northwest District Police Headquarters. Then the second one, the Northwest District Headquarters, again happening at about 11 o'clock at night on the 4th. 28 shots in all fired into the building and hitting the building, even breaking through some windows there. Now, the second shooting happened on October 13th. That was when 7 shots were fired into North District, and that's where police were inside. Now, IMPD's Chief Riggs telling us they will seek attempted murder charges in that case. Now, then in Zionsville on September 28th, he's the chief suspect in the murder of 82-year-old John Clements. Again, that all happening on September 28th. Now, police were able to pull this all together because there was DNA and fingerprints found on the bullets. These were 223 bullets, which are considered cop-killing bullets. They can go right through a bulletproof vest. Now, his DNA was actually already in the system because he was arrested in Ohio for robbery. It's in a nationwide database that's maintained by the FBI, and that's where they were able to tie him to these actual shootings.
And Paris, we've been covering this all day today. We knew that the police were really concerned because this man, at the point he was shooting randomly, showed no respect for life in that he was just shooting in whatever direction he could. Paris LaBelle, I know you'll continue to look into this case and have much more on the news at 7 and 11. Wilcoxon left a lot of notes behind, according to police, and in those notes, graphic details in which he really talked about wanting to kill police, according to our sources. And in those notes also contained a lot of racial slurs against many different groups. My colleague Chance Walser is covering that part of the story, as social media also helped police nab their man today. Chance, what's the latest at 6?
Social media and court documents, Rafael, are getting us a good insight into Wilcoxon's alleged mindset at the time that this was all going on. He managed a Facebook page, according to court documents, under the alias of Frank Lucas. One post on October 4th, the same day as those Northwest District headquarters shootings, he wrote a paragraph that included, like you said, violent and hateful messages. Then on October 18th, pictures of black men were posted holding assault rifles, saying things like eye for an eye, life for a life. If someone put his hands on you, send him to the cemetery. Similar notes were found near shell casings at least one of those shootings. Again, violent messages, including one that said whites will drop and gun drop at any time of the day. So Wilcoxon is facing will have to answer for crimes in both Marion and Boone counties. A court date for that Boone County murder charge will be set later this week. Back to you for now.
Chance, thank you so much. We'll see you at 7 o'clock as well as this case continues to develop. I should point out that police kept saying today that they use a lot of restraint. If you look behind me, if you can see, hopefully, a lot of people live here. Hundreds upon hundreds of people live here. And there was a great deal of concern for safety today as they had to hold back school buses. They had to hold back people trying to get to work and coming back home. There was a lot that went on today. We spoke to Metro Police Chief Troy Riggs, who said that restraint was the order of the day, as they wanted to make sure that everyone that was here working and the police officers went home safe today, and that suspect, Will Coxon, and his 7-month-old baby boy came out safely. This is what he had to say.
We did. We certainly had the firepower to go in and have a firefight at that time, but at that point you're endangering our officers' lives. But let's not forget we have what we believe a 7-month-old baby, completely innocent inside, and I think that our SWAT officers show great restraint. If they had made the decision to move it at that point, they would have had the legal right to do so, but in their hearts, I believe that they thought their moral obligation was to do everything possible to not only protect themselves, but protect that young child inside.
And Chief Riggs also saying that they're going to reach out to the girlfriend, the woman who lived in that apartment. It was her apartment here in the city's northeast side, to see if she will need services in the future in light of what happened today. It's a tough situation today, but again, all ended safely considering what was happening here on the city's northeast side. Erica and Jason?
Yeah, so many different angles to this case. Thank you, Raphael, for bringing us the latest. And this just in, Indianapolis Mayor Joe Hogsett releasing a statement on today's standoff and arrest that says, in part, this afternoon's events remind us all of the incredible dangers the men and women of the Indianapolis Metropolitan Police Department face while protecting this city. Confronted with peril, these officers acted with bravery and professionalism, and I applaud their commitment to ensuring the safety of those involved.